Hey guys, Mike here. So, about what a day in the market. It's been a while since we had one of these, and it's like I told you Tuesday, right at the end of that video. If CPI comes in line or under, small caps, Kathy Wood stocks, high beta stocks are going to go crazy. But of course, Wall Street loves to do what, right? The things you don't think are going to happen, okay, which is a rotation. We've seen this three times. That's the third time this has happened, okay? Inflation data comes in as is or under, and on top of that, Jerome Powell kept talking about the jobs market, them eyeballing that a lot more. They're kind of worried about it getting even weaker, right? What does that lead to? The rate cut talk, right? And so we're going to go through all the little events, look at some stock charts right here and show you exactly what's happening, everything, levels to watch, what might play out, this kind of stuff. And so we'll start right here. And again, please hit that like and subscribe button. Think about sharing the video. Really appreciate it, guys. But when you see, obviously, June CPI falls to 3.0, below expectation at 3.1. Core came in under. So now you see we've gone from 3.5 to 3.0 in about 3 or 4 months here. And as I told members, look, we've seen this picture, okay? I'm going to show you on the charts what to look out for here. Don't get all, oh my God, we're rotating. But here's what happened. September, all of a sudden, 81% rate cut now. Gone from 40 to 81% in less than a month. Does that sound familiar? And you can see, here we go, real estate, biotech, fintech finally, the defensive play, small caps, anything that's basically been going sideways or getting wedged into an explosive formation, they exploded. What didn't, right? Your semiconductors were the worst of the day. XLK, communications, jets was led down by Delta. And I guess they're going to lower prices finally. Wouldn't that be nice? And people, of course, hey, celebrating. Hey, I'm celebrating. I'm in small caps too. I got exposure to that. And you see a massive explosion. They were just wedged and wedged and wedged, as we had talked about with this one. But see where it stopped? This is the key thing right here. Look at where it stops. Nothing happens for just no reason on Wall Street, okay? That is the 2024 high. It's the highest we've been in quite a couple years. And we sold off from there. It needs to break above. We're going to go into detail exactly what levels we need to break above. But when we go back, and we have to go all the way back here, look at this, to 2022. Look at this right here. So it's been a while. And that's why that level is so hard to get through. Some people are going to say, 212, 210, whatever. The truth is, I'm going to zoom in so you can see this, because I think I proved these things actually do work. We need to get through this right here. This is a daily fair value gap. I showed it to you. I'm going to show you some charts. That is liquidity. Usually we have reactions down from this, okay? So we need to bust through that to get a major move, right? As I'm putting it right here, and I'm going back to the 2024 high. But if we can come up, at least test the 211-ish area, that 224 high, and bounce from there, then we'll obviously grind through that fair value gap and then move higher, okay? The moving averages are all moving the right way now, all right? This is the importance when we talked about market structure, right? We weren't setting newer highs or higher highs, but we weren't setting lower lows, right? We just kept setting higher lows right here and just waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I told you, it's not about having a rate cut. That's not what it has to do. When it comes to small caps, all you need is this anticipation of it, right? Remember, the market is forward thinking. Look at Tesla. Tesla has literally not showed a single cent from robots, auto taxis, or robo-taxis, which we're going to get into in a second. But what's the market doing? It's pricing it in ahead of time. That's what they do. That's what they love to do. These companies, you'll hear them report earnings. They've been just, the stocks have been crushed. The earnings are still garbage. But they say in the earnings call, but we think we're turning around. Here's what we're going to do for next quarter and the next quarter. And they go, okay, great. And they start pushing it forward, right? So that's what they're doing with small caps right now. Is this rate cut, which if it's going to happen, I mean, September does look pretty good just because after I listened to Jerome Powell talk about the labor market, he's never talked about that much before. And he definitely said it's come in line if it continues to weaken, blah, blah, blah. And what we really got to know from him is 3% the new 2%? That's what we got to know. We don't know. We're not in there, right? So that's what we got to know. Because to get that thing down to 2%, woo, that's going to take a while. All right, and even he said that. He said that's going to take a good year and a half more. So maybe the focus seems to be shifting in his testimony, the 2 days he did it, on employment, okay? Now, you can see where's the Q's at. It was right there at the top of the channel. I apologize for not putting a video out last night. This is actually a recording I actually had from last night, but it was just a long day and some stuff happened not allowing me to do that, so I apologize. But when you look, Obviously, they rotated out the big names, rotated some in the small caps, biotech, all the other stuff, right? Because they make more money because there's more room up, right? And so when you're looking at this, doesn't mean they're selling these things down to zero, no crazy mess like that. We needed a pullback. We need even more pullback, to be honest with you. So if that happens, just watch for the level around, I think it's like 487 to be broken. Come down to that fair value gap, pull liquidity, come back, bounce, and go. All right, just watch for that to happen. Remember, though, before going to some other stocks, the first 2 weeks of July are like the most bullish out of the whole year. The first 2 weeks, for whatever reason, in history, okay? And so when you're looking at this, we're coming up those 2 weeks being ended. And then usually, because the AI pump is kind of throwing seasonality off, semiconductors and everything are usually don't perform the best between the end of July, August, September, normally come back in October. That's seasonality. Is that going to play out? We'll have to see. Again, it's an election year. We got AI pumping going on, all that stuff, okay? And again, this pullback, people act like the world's coming in. Man, don't we all believe this is needed? Like, this has been overdue, right? Am I alone in that? Am I the one looking around going, oh my goodness? I mean, have you seen what some of these RSIs look like? They're coming. I've had to go back 4 years in some of these videos to show you we hadn't reached these levels of RSIs on some of these major stocks in a long, long time. Speaking of one, there's Tesla, right? You might have saw this big red candle. What happened? Well, it came out from Bloomberg report that they're going to delay the unveiling of the robo-taxi system from August to October. I didn't see Elon comment on this. Let me know if you have found something on this. But of course, it sold down. It needed to. Look at that freaking wall right there, okay? So again, this comes down. I would just say, as I've said in the past, watch the trend line. If the trend line breaks right there, they broke out of, that's a problem. All right, you can pull up this volume profile. Again, if like, somewhere around like 334, 335 breaks, then you're looking at those volume gaps right there, the ones that shot through. Well, like I said before, they can be the same way on the downside. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Because remember, this is all about robotaxi and AI, and we're pumping. So we'll see, all right? We'll see if they're going to start moving this back up or not. And it was funny that the 270 calls were on fire. I think it was 270, 275 calls. And then they got up there, and they were like, okay, we'll sell it down now. And this report came out. I don't find that to be a coincidence at all, by the way. And as many like puts that were sold at 270 level too. That was crazy. Now, NVIDIA did exactly what we talked about. It came right up in here. Grab liquidity. Look at the 2 hour here. What does that stop? It stopped right on the penny, right there. There's that fair value gap, right? Took it up, grab liquidity there. We can get rid of that now. So I'm saying mark these off if you're looking where maybe stocks are going and stuff. And so sold down to another level, very good level here to hold, where it stopped at right there on what? The all-time high anchored VWAP and that level around 127.50. Okay. Now, what can happen in the future here? Well, if we continue to want to sell down tomorrow, we'll talk about, we got some news coming out tomorrow that could make that happen. We're going to mark out where it could go and where it might go and all that good stuff. We got liquidity above, liquidity below right now. So if this breaks, you can guarantee we're coming down here. Now, whether or not we're going to stop around between 122, 123-ish and take this liquidity right here, which is this fair value gap, and that anchor VWAP, which it held for a little while right there, and bounce. That's what we got to see. Or they want to start pushing this thing up again tomorrow, come back, move up into this liquidity right up here, right? And then fail. Like, watch for that to fail, okay? And then if it breaks right there, yes, we're coming back down to this area right here. And then maybe we get a turn from there. We'll have to see. Again, it's all about the AI pump. NVIDIA does not have earnings coming out for quite a while, right? So we got other earnings coming out well before it does when it comes to semiconductors. We'll see if they're going to keep, pushing this thing up and up and up and up. That's what we got to find out. Now, AMD was another prime example. Where was it at? We talked about this area right here, right? Going to be a beast to get through. It rejected yesterday. It rejected today. Still in this channel. So we'll see if we're going to finally get cool off, because it has been a massive, massive move up. And when you look at the RSI on this one, not too bad. I mean, it got right at overbought territory, but really it's just that area it was in, okay? Now, earnings tomorrow. We got the banks pre-market, okay? We're going to talk about that in a minute. We also have core PPI and PPI month over month, and then preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment. I don't think anybody's going to care about that. It's all about the PPI and the bank earnings. If the bank earnings are strong, they come out and they go, we're doing great. Then, that's what I'm saying, you got to wait for the confirmation on small cap and these other stocks. You can see yields spike. Why would yields spike? Because the banks are strong and they're reporting killer earnings, right? Why would the Fed go, why are we cutting? You might see that, might go, why are we cutting? What's going on? So watch the yields, especially the 10-year, when, 2 and 10, when they report. If they report weaker earnings and give bad guidance, then you might see the rate cuts go up even, the odds of a rate cut go up even more. So you see the yields in them drop, right? And then you'll see IWM push through 210, 212, somewhere in that area. That's what you want to look for. Because remember, the big boys, the Googles, the NVDAs, and Microsoft and Apple, they've been pushing up, right? Because they're going to put some AI features on a phone and a tablet. Is because they're safe havens. They're safe havens when they think the rate cuts are pushed off, okay? Because they have all this cash. There's no risk of them going under, right? But these other rate sensitive, like small caps, 1/3 of them don't make any money. Another third probably barely breaks even. High rates crush their businesses, okay? If you ever pull up all those charts, they don't look that great, right? There's not a whole lot of them that look great, okay? And so that's why this happens. So listen for the banks. Of course, and then if PPI comes in hot, well, that's a whole different story. But if it comes in line, let's say the banks just report okay earnings, nothing, no blowouts, nothing like that, then you can see this pump start to continue. But if the yields drop, don't be surprised you see money start flowing back into the larger stocks again. They go, oh, never mind. Oh, well, it is what it is, right? Because today, really, when you look at small caps, all these other ones, you can tell there's a lot of shorts covering, right? A lot of shorts were covering too. Not just buying, but it's a lot of shorts because to cover your short, you have to buy, right? And so that's what you basically kind of saw happening right there. Because you saw IWM, it could have went either way. And it wasn't like it was going crazy yesterday like the Qs were. They drove the Qs all the way up to the top of that freaking channel right there, all the way up. And so it's amazing how it works. Gotta love it and stuff. But anyway, hope you guys got something out of it. I'll end up seeing you guys. Actually, I will be on vacation starting tomorrow, but I have videos loaded up all the way from the Saturday. I already did the video for you. Sunday, we'll have next week set up for you. That'll be there. And I have videos all through the week, which you need to watch. Trust me, especially Thursday's video in particular. And then next Saturday's video as well. So you're good to go. All right, I'm going to go enjoy myself. I haven't been on vacation forever, and I really need one, let me tell you. So I'll be having fun with that. So anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Think about sharing the video. Think about signing up for the membership you want to, unless the McDonald's combo. And I will see you guys when I get back.